Hey, what's up? Welcome back, everyone. I am the Gerbil, and today I want to talk to you about just a variety of things ranging from pirates to the bonus drops that are here in the game on light side, dark side ships and other stuff where you can get the new Bad Batch characters rather quickly. I'm going to give some pro tips on those, where to get some energy, to get more bang for your buck, some stuff to avoid, and just some other general thoughts and stuff. So stick with me. All right, so let's start off, since I've kind of already mentioned a little bit of this not double bonus drop situation here, where for a limited time select player versus environment modes. Yeah, long story short, up here in the mod battles you have an opportunity to get some bonus shock prods, which is kind of nice. The drop rates there have been a little bit abysmal, so here I'll refresh. I'll do one. What I'm really wanting is these things right here. But okay, so I'm gonna hit 50 of these crystals for 7, and see I got 0 shock prods. So on this one, I would say if you're going to like spend some crystals and you have a limited supply that you're willing to convert into energy, I don't think this is where your best bang for the buck is. I have a lot of these at this point, 1100. I'm not really ever needing them, but I know for the vast majority of players these are in high demand, and I get that, but they are also readily available in a lot of other places. All right, so the drop rate's not so good, and they're farmable other places. In Cantina battles, though, this is something that if you can afford to refreshing your Cantina energy, I've already done it 3 times. I'm not going to spend 200 crystals on that. This is one of those things that you probably should be doing at any level of the game as much as you can, whether it's 1 refresh a day or hitting all 3, because Cantina, it's the fastest place to farm these characters, way faster than hard node, light side, dark sides. But when you start unlocking relic characters, you are going to need the signal data, all 3 of them, until the end of the life of your experience with SWGOH. You're just going to need these. So daily farming this, accumulating and building this up is just something you need to do. And right now, all of these hard nodes in the Cantina are giving you, there's not a hard, just all the nodes in the Cantina here, all the way down to the lowest levels, are providing bonus drops of the new Wrecker. Now this guy is really hard to farm. He's on the light side hard node, so you only get 5 free a day, then you start paying crystals to refresh it. Now here, I farmed over 25 shards of him today, only doing my 3 refreshes plus other energies I acquired for free. So I'll show you how I did that here in a second. That's just like a gimme. Go for that, get Wrecker. On the light side, they have additive drops for Omegas, which I know are really high demand in early to early mid game. I've had some late gamers tell me that they need them too. I haven't really felt the need for that since I was around the 7 million GP range. I'm now like over 13, but I know that these are really hard to get. But I also have noticed that the drop rate for these seems to be pretty bad. I think I got 2 today, and I did do a bunch of farms, and I'm going to show some tips on where to farm in a second. Over here on the dark side, we've got bonus drops for crosshairs. Now you really want to be farming this. Crosshairs is also only on a hard node. Actually, I think he's on the light side and Wrecker's on the hard side, but whatever. Those are the 2 priorities. Like if you're gonna be chasing any energy drops, this is what I think you should spend in Cantina battles. Up here in ships, we have bonus drops on the fleet and only on the fleet hard, and they are for the other Chirotech, the salvage battle computers. These are more challenging to get. I find less characters need them though, so I don't ever seem to be in a demand for them. And again, I know most players are, so if you have the energy, I highly recommend just spending all your energy on the hard nodes. Go for whether you need like shards down. Actually, I don't think there are shards on the hard nodes. Interesting, they're all on the easy ones. But there's a lot of really valuable gear, like here on 5R, whatever that is. Is that R? No, that's 5H, the last one. I'm blind. These are needed by virtually every single character in the game. So this is one of those nodes that you probably want to come in and just hit. Look at that. There's no bonus drops on those. What am I smoking? Why are there no bonus drops on that? Did I click off? Oh, I was on normal. I was on normal. See? I thought ships were on the hard. Scratch that. But yeah. So come in here, get the character pieces you need. But here's the tip, and this is going to be true for the light side, dark side battles, to really maximize your return on your spending. Obviously, if there's something you need, like say your farming punishing one, then come to this one and do your 5. If you have crystals to refresh it, go ahead and refresh it. But consider, are there other character shards that you need on any other nodes? And some of them are way more valuable than others. What I mean by that is look at the secondary gear options, not just the shards for whatever you can farm, but the secondary gear that you can get for it. And this is going to be even more obvious if we jump back to light side, dark side. So for example, I'm going to go over here to the light side node. If I'm down here on Sector 1, I'm late game. I don't need any of these characters. I got them all. And a lot of people are in this same position. So instead of just throwing away your crystals, like check out here. If you farm, say you're going right here for Jedi Knight Anakin, and you do 5 battles. Well, what are you going to get out of it? At best, you'll get 10 shards of Anakin for the shard shop store, which you can convert to currency, which gives you gear. But if you just jump over one node, here you have a potential of getting 10 shards of Zori, 10 shards of Princess Leia, plus the drop you need. Now that turns into 20 potential shards for shard shop currency. And if you have the crystal income to be like, yeah, okay, spend it and just hit this 5, then jump over here. This one is a little bit less. You get a ship out of it though. But you look for the nodes that have dual characters. Like here's Beck as a single character. Here's a character with a ship, single character, single character, single character. But up here in the 5-6 range, there's several of these. Like this one here with Bo-Katan, 2 characters, so double the chances. That's going to give you a lot of shard shop currency. And then you take that shard shop currency and of course you go into the shard store. Here is Shard Shop Store, converts it into currency, and with that currency you buy the gear you need, or you go down, you buy Datacron currency, or whatever. The point is, if you're gonna spend your crystals, I think the mod is probably the worst drop rate, even though mod materials are important. The light sides seem to have the best drop rate with a lot of potential for shard shop currency to get even more out of it. And then cantinas is probably the priority because like I said, you just need this for everything. Like for every character in the entire game, 100%, they will need signal data as they achieve relic status. So it doesn't matter what gear you're farming. Every character has different requirements, but every character needs signal data. And being that Wrecker is on a hard node, you're gonna gear him up very quickly. Now, why does that matter? Well, that matters because if we jump over here into the recent post, as you all probably know, the Order 66 raid has come to the game. Well, it will be in game in just 2 weeks time. And as I'm sure everyone knows, if we can just move this over a little bit, there we go. The factions that are playable in the game are the new Bad Batch, which very, very, very few people are farming. The new Jedi Master Mace Windu plus Jocasta plus Marquis plus updated Isla. This is a very, very hard team to get. I mean, this one is really, really hard, especially if you're trying to hit the ground running. Then you're going to have obviously all the new Marquis at Relic 5, which is all the Darkside clone troopers at Relic 5. And then you got to unlock Mace Windu, which is a crap ton of signal data. But everybody can potentially get to 7-star Bad Batch and at least have these people at gear 12 on day 1. It's possible. I mean, yeah, if you're like down in the 2-3 million GP, then you're not gonna have the daily crystal income. I get that. But anybody at like 5, 6, 7 million especially, you have the potential with the current additive drops to get a full gear 12 Bad Batch team. Of course, that's saying you need a crap load of Chirotechs for it, so good luck. Now, beyond this, this is gonna, let's finish out my talk real quick about farming strategies. Okay, so how do you get more energy. Now, I want to talk about specifically some things that have popped up in the store. There is this bundle right here for 999 crystals. I really encourage you not to buy that if you don't have just tons of disposable crystal income, because if you look at the energies, the minimums is what you were guaranteed to get: 300, 200, 200, 200. And if you do some quick math, that's 2, 4, 700 normal energy, 700 normal energy divided by 120. You're talking about like 5 refreshes there. The 5, that'd be 500, no, 6. You're talking, I can math in real time with an audience while I'm recording. Leave me alone, bro. It's about 6 refreshes. So that is, you know, 6 refreshes is 2 each, 2, 2, 2, essentially. That's only 300 crystals, and you spent 1,000. Now you still got the ship or the cantina right here, but that's not even 2 refreshes. So at 100 each, you're talking 400, 500 crystals to get the minimum value. Then you get 1 of these rolls. Unless you are that 1%er down here, then you get everything. And depending where you are in the game, like 10 Zetas is really great early game, really good late game, honestly. But for a lot of people, if you're not like actively farming or in need, that could be a big waste. Getting 500 more crystals when you spent 1,000 and got 450-ish crystal return, you're literally losing money. How does this benefit you? Well, the answer to that is if you have maxed out all of your crystal refreshes and you view this as though you're hitting the refreshes at the 100s or the 200 bracket. So if you've used all of your 50 crystal energy refreshes on the ship, the mod and the regular light side dark side energy, and the 100 refreshes here in the reds, then you buy this. Sure, that is going to be better bang for your buck. But the randomness of what you're going to get down here is going to burn a lot of people. So my recommendation is if you don't have the disposable income, don't buy it. Then there's this gem. And this one is 50 free energy. Go get it if you haven't already. Then there was 600 energy here, 150 of each type for $2, $1.99. Now I'm okay. I can throw $2 at CG, take it and run with it. Is it worth it? Well, if you compare it to the cheapest crystal bundle, you get like 640 crystals, I think, for $5. Here you're getting 600 energy. That's 150 crystals here. That's about 70 crystals, 70. Yeah, compared to the cheapest $5 crystal bundle, this is a really good deal. I believe it is. I haven't done the hard math, but quick math, I'm certain it's a pretty good deal. Now, is it worth it to keep going up at the $5, then $8? Now, that question comes down to how badly do you need all those other materials? Relative to the $20 crystal bundle, I don't think you're going to get as good a bang for your buck. Like if you come over here and you do like the crystal valuation at the $20 mark, you're losing big time. But again, it depends upon your perspective. If your perspective is, I have already depleted my 50s, maybe I've depleted my 100s, can I buy this and get even more energy to keep farming? Well, then from that perspective, it's a relatively good deal versus refreshing. But seriously, the thing about this game is there's no end line. There is no finish line where you win and have everything. Like literally, the current model of the game is to have a new character arriving every single 2 weeks as a marquee, plus legendaries every 6 weeks, plus a GL, plus conquest characters every 3 months. So chasing this indefinitely should tell you there's no rush. Like seriously. This is a hard lesson I'm having to teach myself. Like I've been chasing in this game for a long time, even though I always say chase the fun, not the meta. I've been chasing much harder than I should have. Okay, so those 2 things are in store, but there's another one, and in this I'm going to jump over to the web store now. In the web store, there's a couple things here that are interesting. There's this $10 bundle here, and this thing, oh, look at that. I got to reload, and that's going to crash my game over here. I'm going to have to reload the game too now. So there's this $10 bundle in the web store that, you know, for $10, what are you going to get? Okay, if we compare that to crystals, you're going to get 1,400 crystals. Okay, so do we get 1,400 worth of energy? And the answer there is unequivocally no, not even remotely close. You get 750 red energy, which if you have not spent your refreshes, and you just do it based on the minimum math, well, 300 crystals is going to give you 620. Whoa, what do you get? 120? Yes, 360. Sorry. So 300 crystals give you 360 of this. That's basically half. And then the next 3 refreshes would be 200 each. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 900 crystals. This is going to be nearly half that. So you're looking at 1,300 crystals. You get some credits, which no one really cares about. So you get 1,300 crystals roughly versus this. So like, I mean, like, is it good? I have to say no. But again, it's perspective, right? If you've done your 100 energy refreshes, if you've really gone farther and done your 200, then the bump that this gives you in one day for the farming of those characters, yeah, I could see that having a lot of value for some people. The point is, unless you are in dire straits and you want to get this stuff day one for the new raid or something else, then fine. But if you're buying it just to, you know, have another character for the next GAC, it's really not worth it. No matter what you have available for the next GAC, your opponents will too. Or the next GAC, they will, right? It's literally designed so you have a 50-50 win rate every GAC. That is CG's stated objective. So trying to rush into this, don't do it. If you want to get it because you got the money and the income, fine. Now, next to it is that same bundle that we just looked at in the store. Now, if you scroll down though, oh, I guess it's not here. There was another one that I guess it went away. Yep. Okay. So folks, that's like literally all I want to share about that. Look for nodes in game where you can farm double character shards, like, you know, 2 characters on it plus the bonus one, and then do the cantina ones. Collect your free energies. Oh, and get your castle runs. Get your castle runs. Log in. There's a lot of free energy there in the castle runs. Hope to get the cantina red energy. That's like where the sweet spot is. Okay, now I'm gonna go back here and talk about something else. We're gonna totally shift gears on this one. How hard should you be chasing Jedi Master Mace Windu? It's kind of late, you know, to like really ask this question. But now that we know he's going to be what looks like on paper an epically good character, and is going to be in the Order 66 raid, as we already knew, but it's coming now in 2 weeks. How hard should you be chasing that? Well, that's a really good question, because we also know now definitively that pirates are coming to us in 4 weeks' time. And pirates are all included here in the raid. They're not listed all out yet because, well, we don't have them. But they've said very clearly the next Marquis is going to be a leader, followed by the next Conquest unit, followed by a pirate galactic legend. This is, in my opinion, absolutely the best news we've had in SWGOH in a very, very long time. And I'm going to do a whole other video on why I think that is such good news. But I'll sum it up. I'll talk about it in that next video, but I'll sum it up by saying that I think almost everybody can get behind pirates. Some of the most beloved characters in Star Wars are actually pirates. Like Hondo is like legendary. He's not going to be the galactic legend, I'm sure, but everyone loves Hondo. That's why his character is in Star Wars Galaxy Edge. You get to see him interacting with the audience, right? As a very expensive audio animatronic droid. It's really amazing. People like pirates. Pirates of the Caribbean, take your pick. People like pirates. SWGOH has also been moving into so many niche characters for a long time, like Oppo, CX2, creating characters like this guy's clone trooper. Yeah, technically they were there in lore, but I mean, come on, how stupid would the Jedi have to been to not been able to sense that people all around them are troopers, right? Who probably didn't really know how to hide their feelings and emotions all that well. I don't know. The whole idea of this character upsets me, which is also one reason George Lucas deliberately did not put them in the movie. But nonetheless, niche, Bad Batch is, I hate to admit it, if you're a Bad Batch lover, it's a very niche character. Jocasa's niche, Depa's niche. Temple Guards are all over Star Wars lore, but again, niche characters. These are all niche characters. So will the pirates. But again, everybody likes pirates. So I'm going to do a whole video about that later. So moving right along. Should you be like should you dump all your resources into Master Windu? I would argue no, unless you just have that stockpile of gear ready to go. If you do, fantastic. I suspect that these pirates are going to be more important going forward than the Jedi Vanguard. Because one, they're both raid teams. You're going to need them for the raid. Two, they're going to have a galactic legend. Now, if the galactic legend in this raid is anything like Leia was in the Endor raid, she could solo it, right? Jabba the Hutt was one of the best in the Crate Dragon raid. This GL is probably going to rock this raid. And yeah, I'm assuming that this GL is going to be available in here. Notice like they didn't even mention, they said pirates will be announced in the upcoming pirate era post coming soon. To that, I'd love to pat myself on the back. Did a whole video about the next era being pirates. Yes, I know I said it would be ships, and I still think that that's coming down the road, but whatever. So we're going to get a lot more pirate stuff soon, as many as 7 new pirate characters. Probably could be only 6, but probably more for sure. They said it'd be 2 full squads with 3 leaders and pirates for the raid, and it's probably going to be one of the most dominant teams for the raid. I think it'll be way more dominant than the Bad Batch. Why is that? If you come down to the bottom of this post and you look at like the bonuses, like here, where's the modifiers? If we look at like level 4, this is Clone Trooper faction. Okay, Bad Batch gets a bonus there, but they don't get a Bad Batch here. Bonus, I mean. They don't get a bonus here, but the Clone Troopers do, the Jedis do. See, as you're going up, they get less. They do get one here. Point is, anyway, they have less bonuses. And in fact, the word Bad Batch doesn't appear that much throughout the entirety of this post. Clone Commander, New Empire, Oppo, right? They don't get a lot. They are the little engine that could. I mean, they could be good, and they are good, but they're not really going that far. The Clone Troopers, I think, are going to be amazing. I think Mace is going to be great, but I think the GL is going to be even greater. Going on with that, if you have a choice to farm towards a legendary or a GL, and you're considering like weighing your options over the next 6 months, you probably want to go that GL route if you can. That said, this is going to be probably the most expensive GL ever. Like seriously, because in order to unlock a pirate GL, you're probably going to need a lot of pirates, and all those pirates are coming in the next 4 months. Right? I mean, like they literally said that the GL is coming at the end of the next era. The end of the next era will be in, let's see here, July, August, September. So the end of September. Seriously, July, August, September. That's like 4 months away. So in the next 4 months, we're going to get a whole bunch of marquee characters, many of which probably needed at relic levels. Well, all will be needed. Many of which will be needed, all of them at relic levels, of course. So that takes us back to like what I was saying today. Like, what are you going to farm? You really want these energies. Farm your signal datas. And if you are hurting, of course, for Kairos, go for those. But I think get your Bad Batch up to gear 12, at least for the raid. Get your Kairos, or your signal datas for the unending plethora of relics that we got to apply. So yeah, it's going to be all over the place. So as far as like timing though, so Mace Windu's coming out next week, and then is he going to stay in game? Well, if you're familiar with the cadence, how CG tends to release these characters, they come to the game. There's a limited time, even though they're in the journey guide. New legendaries tend to have a limited time that they're available. So here we are. Oh, hey, look, they finally gave him a name in the update. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so there's a limited window of time that this is available. I don't know if this is going to be always available. My guess is it will only be active for like 7 days, and then it's going to go dormant for 3 to 6 months. So that is something else to keep in mind, right? Many of them, they were like that. Like Balin, see, currently unavailable. You cannot farm him. I think he's like very, very sporadic when that happens. Bo-Katan, I think, is now permanently available. And if my memory serves, when new legendaries come to the game, they are not permanently available until they've been in game for 1 year, I think is the way that cadence works. So I'm not too sure. But in terms of like overall power, like they put him as a tier 6, below that of Balin, below Bo-Katan, Malik, and stuff. So is that an indicator of potential power level? Maybe. Which is another reason that I'm thinking, like, while the kit looks phenomenal on paper, how is it actually going to play out? Time will tell. Jocasta looks, again, super amazing on paper, but has not lived up to it yet. Like, I'm consistently beating Jocasta with Ewoks right now. No joke. Of course, it's pretty easy because she didn't have her squad. Now, is Depa going to be, amazing? The new Isla update looks fabulous. How good is Guard with all this? I think it's going to be good. But this is super expensive. And if you're on the verge of dumping a lot, consider whether you want to save it for the next era, right? I completely skipped the Bad Batch era. My Bad Batch tunes are like, well, I'm just farming them daily as we go. And I'm kind of wondering if I should have done the same for the Jedi Vanguard, because I love my light side characters, but I think that, dumping all my resources into the Jedi Vanguard is going to bite me in the butt when it comes to farming that, and the clones, the dark side clones. It's going to bite me in the butt next era when it comes to chasing a GL. I just won't have a lot of the resources available and kind of tapped my cash flow for a while on video games. Yeah, yep. So, yeah, folks, I hope some of this was worth it. I don't know. I hope I didn't ramble too long. Anyway, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you got anything on this video, please hit that like, hit the subscribe. It means a lot to me. It's free. It takes seconds, helps me out. And I will be back at you in a day or so talking more about pirates and why I think it really, really is a great thing for SWGOH. Okay, I will catch you later. Take care. Bye-bye.